Have you ever started watching TikTok for just a few minutes? And suddenly hours have passed? That's TikTok addiction, and it's affecting millions of people without them even realizing it. In today's video on PsychoScope, we're going to explore the psychology behind why some people can't stop scrolling, what keeps them hooked, and most importantly, by the end of this video, I'll show you practical ways to break free from this habit. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on these life-changing insights. Imagine this, you open TikTok for just a few videos, and before you know it, an hour has disappeared. You check the time and think, how did this happen? This isn't just you losing track of time, it's your brain being hijacked. TikTok is carefully designed to grab your attention and keep it, using principles rooted deeply in psychology. Every short video you watch is a tiny reward for your brain. When a video makes you laugh, surprises you, or even shocks you, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is the same chemical that gives you pleasure when you eat your favorite food or accomplish something exciting. TikTok, however, delivers it in rapid, unpredictable bursts. Some videos are funny, some are dramatic, some are shocking, and you never know which one will trigger that hit of pleasure. This unpredictability is key. It's the same principle behind slot machines, which is why once you start scrolling, it's nearly impossible to stop. But it's not just the dopamine. TikTok's algorithm studies your behavior in real time. Every swipe, every pause, every video you linger on is noted. And then, like a personal trainer for your brain, it shows you more of what you cannot resist. That's why your feed feels like it's reading your mind. Every moment you spend scrolling, your brain learns to expect the next reward, creating a cycle that's incredibly hard to break. Some people are more vulnerable than others. Studies have shown that teenagers and young adults are especially susceptible because their brains are still developing, particularly in areas related to impulse control and decision-making. But even adults aren't safe. Anyone can fall into this endless loop if they're not careful. And here's something most people don't realize. It's not laziness, it's not a lack of willpower. TikTok's design taps directly into our psychological instincts. It leverages social validation, like comments, likes, and shares, which makes you feel noticed and rewarded. And even if you're not posting, just seeing content that aligns with your interests triggers the same pleasure centers. By now, you might be wondering, am I addicted too? If you've ever scrolled past dinner time, stayed up way too late, or felt uneasy when you're not scrolling, chances are your brain has developed a real dependency on these small, powerful bursts of dopamine. And don't worry, by the end of this video on PsychoScope, you'll understand exactly why this happens and how to regain control. Have you noticed how TikTok always seems to know exactly what you want to see next? That's not magic. It's your brain being nudged into a pattern it can't resist. One of the strongest forces at play here is something called FOMO, or the fear of missing out. Every video you scroll past could be the one everyone's talking about tomorrow, and your brain doesn't want to miss it. That little tug keeps you scrolling, even when you tell yourself just one more video. And it's not just FOMO. TikTok thrives on instant gratification. Unlike traditional media, where you have to sit through commercials or wait for a show to air, TikTok gives you tiny bursts of content instantly. Each video lasts only a few seconds to a minute, so your brain gets a constant stream of novelty. It's a hit-and-run approach for your dopamine system. You laugh, gasp, or nod in agreement, then swipe, and boom, another tiny reward hits your brain. Over time, your patience for slower, more meaningful tasks can shrink, because your brain craves that immediate payoff. Social validation is another subtle but powerful trap. Even if you're not posting videos yourself, you're still receiving validation by watching content that aligns with your interests. When you see others like, comment, or share videos, your brain interprets it as a sign of belonging. Humans are wired for social connection, and TikTok taps into that wiring perfectly. That's why even a 10-second funny clip can feel deeply satisfying. It's not just the content itself, it's the feeling of being part of a larger, connected community. Let's not forget the role of algorithmic perfection. TikTok doesn't just show content randomly. It learns what you linger on, what excites you, what bores you, and then curates your feed to keep you hooked. Every swipe reinforces the behavior, and over time, it creates a kind of conditioned response. You swipe because your brain expects a reward on the next video. And when it doesn't get one, you feel a subtle itch to keep scrolling until you do. This is why even short, just 5-minute sessions often turn into hours of mindless scrolling. Your brain is caught in a loop, constantly seeking that next dopamine hit, that next laugh, that next piece of content you cannot resist. And here's the kicker. The more you scroll, the stronger this loop becomes, because your brain starts prioritizing short-term pleasure over long-term focus. By now, it's clear that TikTok addiction isn't about laziness or lack of discipline. It's about a perfectly engineered combination of psychology, social triggers, and algorithmic precision. But don't worry, in the next part, we'll explore how to take back control and the practical steps you can use to break free. By now, you probably understand why TikTok can feel almost impossible to put down. But here's the good news. It is possible to take back control. The first step is awareness. Just recognizing the patterns we talked about, the dopamine loops, FOMO, social validation, and algorithmic nudges, gives you the power to make conscious choices. Start by setting boundaries. This can be as simple as scheduling specific times for TikTok, or using the app's own screen time management tools to limit your scrolling. When you give your brain a clear structure, it starts to relearn patience and focus. Another powerful approach is to replace the habit with meaningful alternatives. Instead of mindlessly swiping, try filling those empty scrolling moments with activities that give you real satisfaction. Reading, exercising, learning a new skill, or even just taking a short walk. The goal is to retrain your brain to seek longer-term rewards instead of instant, fleeting dopamine hits. Mindfulness is also key. Notice when you pick up your phone out of boredom or stress and ask yourself, do I really want to do this, or am I just seeking a quick hit of pleasure? This simple pause can break the automatic scrolling cycle and give you back control over your attention. Finally, it helps to detox gradually. Don't try to quit cold turkey unless you're ready for it. Start by reducing your daily TikTok time in small steps. Celebrate small wins. Every time you resist the urge to scroll endlessly, your brain rewires itself slowly but surely to enjoy real-life experiences over short bursts of digital stimulation. Breaking free from TikTok addiction isn't about giving up entertainment. It's about reclaiming your focus, your time, and your mental well-being. And the more you practice these strategies, the easier it becomes to scroll consciously rather than compulsively. If this video helped you understand your scrolling habits, or if you've experienced the same struggles, drop a comment below and share your story. And don't forget to share this video with friends or family who might be caught in the same loop. Help them regain control too. Remember, understanding the psychology behind your behavior is the first step to mastering it. And PsychoScope is here to guide you through it.